And today's skies are less hazy and smoky compared to Thursday. CAL FIRE says yesterday's prescribed burn took longer than anticipated. And with all of those acres that were burned, air quality raised a concern. KION's Carl Cook looks into whether that prescribed burn impacted our air.
Over the last 2 days, CAL FIRE burned about 2,000 acres, but the prescribed burn went out a little farther than the agency expected. An extra 60 acres jumped out of their control line, and the weather did not help.
Last night when the humidity came in and the burning slowed down, the activity on the slopover and the 1,000 acres came to a standstill.
Now CAL FIRE was able to extinguish the fire and are currently cleaning up any residuals within the area. Of course, a concern for locals here because of the burn was this air quality. However, locals should not hold their breath.
Most of the health-based standards are for 24 hours of exposure, so we didn't see 24 hours of exposure at maintained levels of high concentrations of wood smoke.
CAL FIRE and MBRD work with each other before doing these burns. They want to make sure everyone is on the same page.
When we get ready to plan these things, we're having constant conversations with them, with NOAA, with the Weather Service. There's a lot of folks that have a hand in this to make sure that what we do is meets the need, meets the mission, and make sure that we're keeping the public safe as we can.
It's sort of a yin and yang thing. The fire department is working on fire safety issues, and we're in there consulting on health impacts associated with air quality and wildfire smoke exposure.
Reporting from Monterey County, this is Carl Cook, KION News, Channel 46.
And part of the goal for prescribed burns is to restore habitats and reduce future incidents of wildfires. Let's check in now with our chief meteorologist, Dan Tianco, who has an update on those air quality conditions. Dan, when I was driving in, a very different story than what it was to the past 2 days. Much more bluer skies out there.
Well, yeah, the interesting thing is we had more smoke above us over the last couple of days, but below us was fairly clean. But when the marine layer deepened last night, the smoke got into the low levels, and here in Salinas this morning, it was bad. I mean, we had some really stinky air quality out there. Let's see if we can get our graphics up there. But things have gotten a little bit better this afternoon now that the sea breeze has kicked in and brought some cleaner air from the ocean. We're looking at moderate air quality for most locations across the Monterey Bay area this afternoon, including in Salinas, where we had worse air quality, unhealthy for sensitive groups for much of the morning hours. We actually had some smog this morning, which is a combination of smoke from that controlled burn and actual moisture fog. So a smoggy morning to start off the day, and folks in the Salinas Valley still dealing with some of that sensitive